Hello, and welcome back. I'm the host of the Observation Deck. If you are anything like the old me, you have a complicated relationship with your fitness tracker. I used to be a devotee to the ritual of the count. I was that guy pacing around his living room at 11:30 p.m. in his pajamas, brushing my teeth while marching in place, frantically trying to hit that magical 10,000 number, just so the little digital confetti would explode on my wrist. I walked everywhere. I walked until my feet ached and my shoes wore thin. I treated every footfall like a deposit in a bank account of health. And yet, after months of this obsessive marching, I faced a quiet, frustrating reality. When I looked in the mirror, nothing had changed. When I had to sprint for a bus, I was still winded. My body had hit a wall that felt impossible to climb. I'm not a fitness guru. I'm not an athlete with endless hours to spend in the gym. I'm just a guy who hates wasting time. I started to realize that the human body is a master of adaptation. It is an efficiency machine. The more I walked at the same flat, boring, podcast-listening pace, the more efficient my heart became at doing less work. I was putting in the hours, but I was receiving diminishing returns. It was the law of stagnation in motion. So I stopped pacing, I took off the tracker, and I started observing. I looked across the ocean to the laboratories of Japan, a country known for its longevity and its ability to blend ancient wisdom with cutting-edge science. I found a method there that whispered about profound results in a fraction of the time away to ignite the metabolism without a gym membership or a personal trainer. The illusion of the number. First, we have to dismantle the biggest lie in the modern wellness industry, which is the Shilient Supplient Step rule. For years, I treated this number like holy scripture, handed down by doctors and scientists on stone tablets. And it wasn't. It was marketing. We have to travel back to Ichenjilbalishas, to the electric atmosphere of Tokyo on the eve of the Olympic Games. The city was swept up in athletic fever. In this moment of excitement, a clever clockmaker released a device called the Manpo Gen K. In Japanese, man means sure, ling ling ling. Po means steps, and K means meter. The sure, ling 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 Jant's step meter. Why did they choose that specific number? Was it based on decades of rigorous physiological testing? No. It was chosen because the Japanese character for Sheer Ling, Ling, 1 looks somewhat like a little man walking. That's it. It wasn't science. It was a clever logo that accidentally became global health dogma. For decades, we have been chasing a ghost born from an advertisement. While there is certainly virtue in movement, and it is infinitely better than stillness, there is a trap hidden in the volume. The body does not speak the language of arithmetic, it speaks the language of intensity. I realized I was like a sculptor rubbing a piece of granite with a soft cloth instead of using a chisel. I was busy, I was tired, but I wasn't making a dent in the stone. The oscillating wave. The real breakthrough for me came when I discovered the research of Dr. Hiroshi Nose from the Shinshu University Graduate School of Medicine. Dr. Nose had noticed a troubling pattern among the elderly population in Japan. These were citizens who walked religiously every single day, dutifully hitting their 10,000 steps. Yet their blood pressure remained high, their muscle tone continued to wither, and they remained frail. They were active, yet they were physically decaying. Dr. Nose realized something profound. The body had simply become too efficient at being comfortable. A leisurely stroll, while relaxing for the mind, was a lullaby for the cells. It wasn't a challenge. So he conducted a landmark study. He divided people into groups. One group continued their steady walking. Interval walking. Instead of a long, monotonous slog at a single speed, he asked them to oscillate. Fast, then slow. Urgency, then ease. The results were staggering. The group that utilized this oscillating rhythm didn't just lose weight. They essentially reversed their biological age. Their aerobic capacity soared. Their thigh muscle strength increased significantly. The science behind this comes down to the mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells. As we age or as we succumb to the comfort of the couch, these power plants go dormant. They get rusty. A gentle walk doesn't disturb them, it allows them to slumber. But the moment you switch to that high-intensity interval, that fast, urgent stride, you send a shock wave through the system. You deplete your easy energy stores and force the mitochondria to wake up and burn fuel rapidly. You are literally upgrading the engine of your metabolism while you walk. The choreography of the walk. So how do you actually do it? I admit, when I first tried this, I felt ridiculous. But now I am addicted to the efficiency. The protocol developed by Dr. Nose is precise but simple. It is a dance of threes. You begin with a warm-up, just moving naturally. Then, the cycle begins. You walk for 3 minutes at a slow, leisurely pace, what I call the looking at the birds pace. You gather your breath, you enjoy the scenery, then you switch gears. For the next 3 minutes you walk fast, and I don't mean a happy trot, I mean you walk with purpose, as if you are late for the most important flight of your life, and the gate is closing. Your arms pump, your stride lengthens, and your focus sharpens. I use a simple breath test to make sure I'm not cheating myself. During the fast interval, I should have enough breath to speak a short sentence, like, I am walking fast, but not enough breath to sing a song. If I can sing along to the music in my headphones, I am not walking fast enough. Why 3 minutes? Because it takes approximately that long for your body to switch energy systems and for your heart rate to climb into the Goldilocks zone, hard enough to trigger adaptation, but short enough to be sustainable. You repeat this fast-slow cycle just 5 times. That is 30 minutes of work, but because of the intensity, those 30 minutes rival an hour of jogging. I'll be honest. The first time I did this in my neighborhood, I'm pretty sure my neighbors thought I was running away from an invisible swarm of bees. I felt self-conscious. But by the third interval, the self-consciousness vanished, replaced by a surge of clarity and endorphins that a slow walk never gave me. My legs felt alive. The ascent of challenge. There is a hidden bonus to this method, a phenomenon physiologists call the afterburn, or EPOC. When you walk at a steady, flat pace, your calorie burn stops the moment you sit down on your sofa. The fire goes out. But when you utilize intervals, you disturb the body's homeostasis. You create an oxygen debt. This means that after you return home, take off your shoes and sit down to watch Netflix. Your body is still working overtime. It is repairing muscle fibers, replenishing oxygen, and clearing metabolic waste. You are effectively burning calories while watching TV. This is the magic of the interval. You do the work for 30 minutes, but you reap the rewards for hours. And once you master the flat ground, the method invites you to climb. Think of this practice not as a routine, but as a ladder. I started seeking out hills. Walking fast up a slight incline is the ultimate cheat code for fitness. Or, sometimes I wear a backpack with a few heavy books in it to remind my legs of their strength. Fitness isn't a destination where you arrive and stop. It is a ladder you keep climbing. The universal path. Ultimately, this method is a physical manifestation of the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, art of continuous, incremental improvement. Western fitness often tries to sell us the revolution. We are told we need the 30-day shred, the total body overhaul, the punishing boot camp where you vomit in a bucket. It creates a mindset where we have to hate our current selves to build a new one. Kaizen asks for something different. It asks for rhythm. It asks us to respect the rest as much as the effort. The slow intervals are just as important as the fast ones, because they allow you to recover and go hard again. It proves that you do not need to destroy the body to build it. You just need to surprise it. This is for the weary and the willing. It is for those who despise the neon lights and stale air of the gym and prefer the open sky. It is for those carrying extra burdens, because unlike the pounding impact of running, this walk is kind to the knees and the joints. So, leave the step counter at home. Forget the tyranny of the 10,000 steps. Step out into the air and find your 3-minute rhythm. Fast, then slow. Effort, then ease. The path is open, and the fast walk awaits. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles does not begin with a step. It begins with the decision to change the pace. I'll see you on the observation deck.